There are 4 different stages that every habit goes through: cue, craving, response, and reward. So first, you want to make it obvious. The easier it is to see or get your attention, the more likely you are to act on it. The second is about the craving. It's all about making it attractive. And the more engaging or exciting it is, the more likely you are to stick with it. The third is to make it easy. The easier a habit is to perform, the more likely it is to happen. And then the fourth and final one is to make it satisfying. And that's about increasing the odds that you do it next time. And there's some tools that we can go through. But one of the big takeaways from Atomic Habits is it's easier to build a new habit if you stack it on top of the habit you're already doing. So let's say that your current habit is you make a cup of coffee. And the new habit that you want to build is you want to start meditating. So then you could say, all right, after I make my morning cup of coffee, I will meditate for 60 seconds. And you can do it for anything. There's also a framework that I call hats, haircuts, and tattoos: the secret to winning, habit shaping, and real lesson of getting 1% better every day. And we can talk about all of them.
But is there any frameworks, any tactics if you're trying to break a habit?
If you want to break a bad habit, there's some things that you can do.
James, the book has shaped tens and tens and tens of millions of lives. Is there anything you look back on that you regret?
If I could add something, I would add this, because if you really want to make progress again and again, if you want to get to the top and stay at the top, you need to be able to...
I see messages all the time in the comments section that some of you didn't realize you didn't subscribe. So if you could do me a favor and double check if you're a subscriber to this channel, that would be tremendously appreciated. It's the free thing that anybody that watches this show frequently can do to help us here, to keep everything going in this show in the trajectory it's on. So please do double check if you subscribed. And thank you so much, because in a strange way, you're part of our history and you're on this journey with us. And I appreciate you for that. So yeah, thank you.
James, you've written thousands and thousands of things, but one particular thing you wrote called Atomic Habits is one of the best-selling books in history. It is rumored to be potentially in the top 100 books that have sold in history of all time, but also rumored to be potentially the youngest book to make the top 100 books in history. My question is, what has the success of Atomic Habits taught you about the nature of humanity and humans?
We all have habits. We all need habits. You know, it's one of those it's an interesting concept because it is both universal in the sense that we all have them, we all need them, but it's also highly individual. Your habits feel like your habits, not mine. You know, and so it's both universal and specific. And that's an interesting contrast. And I think it leads to one of the reasons why people are so interested in the topic. You know, we all have them, we all need them, we all feel like they're our own, and we want to come up with our little version of them. But the habit also is like an entrance ramp to how you spend your time in other ways. Like the habit of pulling out your phone. That habit might only take 2 seconds to do, but then it might dictate what you do for the next hour.